enterprise to get to the cloud and then enhancing their value once they are there. How we are divided is from a product perspective, Rajnish, in India is first and foremost, we have our Nutanix core. It is nothing but the solution which helps to modernize the data center. And our main key element to that HCI is the Nutanix Acropolis AOS, right? On which the entire HCI is defined. Apart from that, we have the Nutanix Essentials solutions, right? Which helps the customer to give the capability to move to the private clouds, right? And and then we move to the enterprise class of products, which are nothing but designing the capabilities for the customers who wants to get into the advanced stage of the hybrid or the multi-cloud sectors, right? So these are services like Nutanix Xi Cloud services we have, Nutanix Labels we have, Carbon we have introduced, right? So all these services all put together into different things. Three key elements, what we focus on the product portfolio is the core, which is our AHV, our own hypervisor, the Nutanix Essential Services, which is the Prism Pro, Calm, Flow, Files, and the third one is the enterprise class, which is the advanced stage to move customers onto the multi-cloud journey. This is how we are structured from a product perspective, which we offer in India and across the geographies. Also, in addition to that, Rajneesh, with our recent innovations, what we have done is we have evolved our Nutanix HCI. As you know, Nutanix has always been known as a player in HCI, which is hyper-converged infrastructure. Now, with the innovations, what we have done is we have come up with a lot of things which now define Nutanix as a hybrid cloud infrastructure. Because in this world of multi-cloud, we actually help the customers very significantly via innovations to move at a faster pace with a greater performance, right? And then simplifying their multi-cloud deployments across end-to-end security monitoring we provide, and an expanded automation and budgeting capabilities for the cloud services. So how we are helping businesses to run faster on this multi-cloud platform? We have launched our Kubernetes, which is a key word these days in the market. You must be hearing from others as well. We launched our Kubernetes-based multi-cloud platform as a service, which is a managed offering to accelerate container-based application deliveries and operations on any cloud, any kind of cloud. Now, recently, what we have also done, Rajneesh, is we have done alliances with AWS and Azure. So AWS, we are available completely. Our Nutanix clusters are available on Azure, and we are also announced our alliances with Azure, right? And this recently happened during our .next, which was in the month of September, right? We did all these announcements. So we are really proud of the way we are going into the multi-cloud kind of environment today. In the hybrid cloud model, yes, definitely. We have strong alliances with HPE in India and in globally also. Globally also, we are a very strong partner with HPE. We are strong partners with Lenovo, right? We deploy a lot of solutions along with these two partners. And in India, these are the two major OEMs for us, rather, right? So we provide our entire stack of services which is available, right, via these two partners, Lenovo and HPE. Talking about IBM, yes, IBM Global Services, we work very, very closely, and there are very strategic things with which we are working together along with IBM in India as well, right? Apart from that, Rajneesh, I think the private cloud vendors in India, so-called, or the CSPs in India, which are nothing but the service providers, right? The data center providers, the CIFIs or NetMagic or IOTA today, right? So we have strong alliances with them, and they are into a special category of partners with us, wherein we provide our solutions, our services to these partners, and they actually develop the entire model in totality for the customer and present it to the customer as a hybrid or a private. Yes, COVID-19 has accelerated the multi-cloud strategy across the world. Now, when it comes to a strategy formation on cloud, obviously these two things are very, very pertinent. One is the security aspect of it. As you rightly said, heterogeneous environments, where the person is logging from network, so all these things are affecting the customers and also bringing in lot of scrutiny for everyone today to be really ready to cope up with these problems if any comes in future, right? If any uncalled for situation comes in. So we had been ready right from day one, because if you ask us as an organization, Nutanix internally itself, right, our employees, 100% of our employees were completely ready to work from anywhere. We never had issues as an organization. We were completely prepared. If I have to take you to some time back, Nutanix, we always had a very strong, product portfolio around the VDI space, which is nothing but, work from anywhere, work from home, all that. This gave us an immense opportunity today, when this pandemic happened, it was an open up of that opportunity for us, wherein we could have showcased our solutions, our strengths into that area. And customers have really liked it, right? And that's the reason we grew the market in India uh, around 42%. And also our partner ecosystem grew equally well, which was close to 50 odd percent. Nish, I will not say that there is a major change with respect to the engagements, but yes, when I say this shift has happened, I want to say that they became the main drivers of the business, because unless and until all these things are infused into that business, whether it is a security element or the connectivity element, or providing the employees with the adequate kind of tools to operate from home or from wherever they are, right? Anything, any application for that matter, processes for that matter, is not going to work, right? So they became the main drivers for the conversation. We did a lot of interactions with our customers when this pandemic struck, right, in India. We went to our customers on a proactive basis. We spoke to them contingency plan they want to make, right, so that they do not face any problems. So we collated all the data, went to mostly all our customers, right, in the regions, spoke to them on a time to time basis, maybe in a week time or 15 days time, and we were collecting that. And we were so prepared that we were not having any kind of failure in the country from a Nutanix perspective. We were completely prepared, right? What we did was we actively engaged with our partner ecosystem. We worked thoroughly with them, upskilled them if at all it is required, right? Because there will be locations for the customers. We understood there will be remote location. How will the person travel there, right? So we did that entire mapping with the partner ecosystem, right? And we did this really well. And I feel really proud of telling everyone that yes, till date, we have not faced any major issue with respect to any of the service delivery with our customers in India, right? So we have been really lucky, and guys have really put in effort to make it happen in India. Number one. Point number two, from a payment cycle perspective, yes, definitely with the pandemic, the priorities of the customers actually changed. Everybody was working towards the cash reserve kind of situation. Yeah. Even there was a need to buy, people would, defer the payments or have discussions. They will break up the payment cycles for the partners or the vendors and then start paying as a EMI kind of, thing. So all these things happened and we saw that change, and every day used to be a new learning for us. Every day used to be a new learning for our partners as well, right? So we kept our conversations on with the customers, with the partners. But yes, definitely from a shift perspective, if you ask me, there was a major shift, and which is, I think it is going to continue, which is a movement from a capex to opex in a true sense. So people today, what I observe, and I can say it safely, that now TCO is not a statement to address for any customer. Right now, it is the ROI. What he's investing now, for another 3 months, what he's looking that he'll get back of it. So there is a shift in that terms also. That is the reason this is capex to opex or a broken payment cycles have changed. It is going to keep going. And the first point, I'll come on the SLA side. So part of it I answered during my first thing. SLAs, I think yes, it became more stringent because people were worried about it, that how it is going to get serviced, right? And it is all interlinked, right? How you interact with the with your customers, how you interact with your partners, and how you address these situations to the customers. So I think it is all dependent. Really, there is no straight cut answer to anything, that a customer is unhappy, so he cuts the SLAs or cuts the payment or something like that. It is all situation and condition dependent, I would say. Look, from a structure of the partners, we are number one, 100% partner company. We do not do any kind of transaction, any kind of billings uh, directly in India. It is 100% through partners. So what it means is, for the partners, there is an equal opportunity to earn, to invest, to earn, to get the returns, whatever they are investing into, right? So even if my $1 billing is happening, it has to happen through a partner in India, right? So that is number one. Secondly, from a structure perspective, what we have done, and specifically, looking at the complexities coming day by day in this world of pandemic, or a lot of change, lot of shift happening from a customer side, from a mindset of the customer changing, moving things to cloud, moving into different kind of technology areas, or the demands have increased, right, during this time, whether it is from a financial perspective also, or from a technology perspective, right? Both are changing. So what we did was, we listened to our partners, whatever they were telling us. As I said, that every day used to be a new learning for us, along with the partners. So we listened to them, and what we did was, we came up with a new partner program, and this got launched recently during our .next event, and the partner name is the program name is the Elevate Partner Program. So what we did was, the three key elements of this program, I will just tell you in short. It is all about the simplicity, it is about the predictability, and it is about the profitability of the partner. We removed all the complexities which were there earlier as part of our earlier partner charter plan. We removed all of that. We even removed the tiering of the partners, which you keep hearing, I'm sure, from other vendors also, the platinum tier, or a gold partner, or a silver partner, or whatever names, right? So we just, removed all these things, all the complexities for them. For us, a partner is a partner. Our focus in the Partner Elevate was to give them a simplified platform wherein they have all the access to the resources, all the access to the solutions, and all the access to what they are going to earn in future if they invest into Nutanix. So it was very clear, and we launched a new partner portal also, which had all this kind of simplified access to our partner ecosystem. So right, we were more focused towards, listening to our customers more and more. We were very proactive in calling the customers to plan any kind of contingency if they are facing, or any kind of problem they might face in future due to, because of this disruption which has happened, right? So which really helped us to hook on with the customers, right? And we expanded our base from where we were, right, in the existing set of accounts, and we grew that relationship much stronger with those set of customers. Now coming to the new acquisition, Nutanix as an organization, Rajneesh, has been on a acquisition spree, right? When it comes to the customer acquisition, and the numbers say so, right? In India itself, we grew the market, the customer base, to 42% in last 1 year. And not only the customer base, even the partner base, it increased in excess of 50%. Yeah. So this says it all, that yes, how close we work with the customers, how closely we work with our partners. It is about the people who are investing into it, people who want to specialize into it, and what areas, what solutions they want to pick up. The measurables are also going to be around that. Why simplicity? Because today, for me, a partner is a partner, whether it is a tier one kind of partner or a tier two kind of partner. But when I see a smaller partner can stand up today and say, yes, I have the capability, I will skill myself up to that level wherein I specialize into this program. It makes sense to me, it makes sense to the partner ecosystem as well, right? So that is the prime reason for removing those tiers, because we want to get every person, every partner at that equality status. And if you are capable enough to get to that specialty environment, what we are looking forward to, what makes sense for the partner to invest into, I think that is the measurable what we are looking at. Not by defining that, yes, you are my platinum partner, you are my gold partner, or something like that. So we are going to have them measurable, right? And it is an ongoing program, Rajneesh, which we recently launched, and we are going to enhance it basis how the feedbacks are coming from the partners, and we will keep working to, rejuvenate that. I think from a partner perspective, while the partners and customers have been, disrupted due to the COVID-19, but the technology has enabled many to adapt and innovate, and created many new opportunities for partners to benefit the customers. So that is one key thing I would say, and for Nutanix, uh, as I said, as an organization, it was always like business as usual for us. Nothing has changed as if, right? Because we didn't have to do any changes with respect to our infrastructure, with the kind of working we were doing earlier. Also, we are doing similarly, right? That way. So, so I think more importantly, enterprise are now operating in a new business reality, and business that emerged from COVID-19, I would say, will be more leaner, more efficient, and more productive, and far more adaptable. So, as our CEO said, what we need to learn more and more is to be how, not to be fragile. We should not break in any kind of circumstances. So whether we have to adapt new things towards it, to learn more and more for ourselves, because every day is a new learning for every one of us, right? So we need to, look through ourselves, our customers, our partners in that direction. That how we can be more capable enough to fight that out and, come out much stronger in front of everyone.